Hi guys, welcome to another video on my Python tutorial series for beginners on my channel Code with Tomi. And in this video we're going to be talking about different functions in Python. Now what are functions? Functions are like a bunch of code which does a specific thing. Like you can tell a function to tell you the amount of elements in a list. You can code a function to change all the letters in a word to capital letter. You can do different things. Now let's just dive straight into it. And as I said in the last video, we're going to be using Visual Studio Code from now on. So I'm going to introduce you guys to this IDE. Now when you open Visual Studio Code for the first time, or maybe not for the first time, this is how it should look like. Now let's open the project we've been working on PyCharm. To do that, come to this file icon at the top left corner and then click on open folder, and then go to where the folder where it was saved. Mine is YouTube Tools, and I'll just click on this and click open. When I click open, it automatically opens it like this. Now you see that this is the code we stopped at in our last tutorial. Now let's continue on from here. First of all, we're going to delete all this. We're talking about functions in Python, but note something. In PyCharm, when we type in a code, we didn't have to save before we run, but in Visual Studio Code, when you type in a code or make any change, you have to press Command S to save, or if you're on a Windows, you press Control S to save it. That's the difference between PyCharm and Visual Studio Code. Everything is the same. You can easily run this with no configurations, and you just run in the terminal. Now, let's first define a variable which we are going to work on. Let's say name equals to Tomi. So now let's say we want to turn this variable, everything in it, to lower value, lower cases. What we just do, we'll say print name, which is the variable, dot lower, and then don't forget to put these brackets. Now when we run it, you see that it prints Tomi, but it's not in capital cases anymore. They are no more capital letters, they are now small letters, they are lower cases. That's just, all these things might be useful. I know this might look a little bit confusing now that you don't know what to use it for, but you have to know all these basics. Then when you are going into maybe web development, application app development, GUI, or databases, then you will understand. But we're also going to talk about how you are going to use all this to go into different fields later in the series. Now let's say we want to check if this is a lowercase. Let's say we want to check if all the letters in this word are lower cases. We just say print name dot is lower. Then this will give us a boolean value. It prints false. That means all the letters in this word are not lower. That's what that does. We can also turn everything to upper values, upper cases. Let's first change this to lower cases so we'll see the difference. When we run it, you see it turns into upper cases. Now if we ask if it's upper, no, let's ask if it's lower, then see it will give us true. It gave us true. Now that's what you can do. You can also ask if it's upper. Is upper. You see it gave us false. Now we can also get the amount of letters in a word. Let's say we want to get, maybe there's a bunch of words like this, something like this, and we don't have time to start counting. We can just say print name, so we'll say print len. This function is to tell you how many letters is in a word or in a variable entirely. Name, it will bring the length of the name. Now see, it says 48. That's how simple it is. Let's just cancel this and print it again. Now you see it will print 4. That's how simple it is. Now let's say we want to get the first element, the first letter in this word. Let's say we want to get only this T, or want to get only this M. If we want to get this T, this is what we'll do. We'll say print name dot 0. Okay, it says the syntax error. Please give me a minute. Okay, it says there's not supposed to be a dot. You see, it prints T. Remember when in the earlier in the series, I told you guys that in programming, numbers start counting from 0. So when you want to print the first element, you don't say print 1, you say print 0. If you print 1, it sees as the second element. If you print 2, it sees as the third element. So now when I say print name square bracket 0, then it gets me the first letter in that word. That's what that does. You can also print the second letter or the third letter. Let's say I want to print the third letter now, we'll just print 2, and you see that it gives us M. And then we can also tell it to tell us where a letter is located in this word. Let's say we have a bunch of words. Let's say I, then O, then we have one L, and then we have R. And then we don't know where this L is. Let's say it's a large data, and we don't know where this L is. We can just tell it to tell us where the L is. To do that, we'll just say print name dot index. That index will input that word, that letter we are looking for, L. Now what this does, it tell us where it is located. It tells us that it is located in the 28th letter. We will start counting from 0, 1, 2, 3. We see that this lands at 28. That's very helpful in some cases. And we can also replace a text with another text. Now to do that, we just say name dot replace, and I will type the text we want to replace. Let's say we want to replace Tomi. Just type it here like this. Let's say we want to replace it with code. Now when we print this, it will say code I, and then it continue the whole. You see it removes Tomi and replaces it with code. Now to make this more make sense, let me remove all this bunch of words. Then now when I type it, you see that it won't type Tomi again, to type code. Yes, you see now that it's type code. That's basically what that does. Okay, I think that will be all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you love the tutorial, please smash the like button and then press the subscribe button so you get, and press the notification bell so you get notified when I release new videos. And if you have any question, please drop it down in the comments. I'll be sure to answer your question. Thanks for watching. Bye. See you in the next video.